Hey YouTube, welcome back to the show, The Leopard Cat, where we are fun, sexy, fearless, independent, and always very opinionated. I am here to do my longer rated review for American Horror Story 1984. The third episode, I think, was titled Slash Dance. And OMG, this was definitely one of my favorite episodes. Like I told you, I wasn't feeling episode 2. I just felt like it was just too basic. I needed something else, but this episode delivered a lot. I just hope it keeps up. First, we have everybody in the cabin. Some people in one cabin room, some people in other, and they got the killers coming there. They got Mr. Jingles coming there. They got the Night Stalker coming in one room, and they doing what they can to not get killed. And there were so many twists in this show, in this episode. I don't know where to start, but I'm gonna start with the first twist that I didn't see coming, which was it wasn't Mr. Jingles. It was just these kids playing a prank, and they had like flaming poop that they put in the freaking cabin through the window, just threw it in there, and that was disgusting. And basically I did not see that coming. It was like the real Mr. Jingles is out, and he's just like, he runs into somebody who I thought was Chaz Bono, but I guess not, and he lets him live, and I was just really surprised by that. But the other killers, the other pranksters, he kills, and I was just like, oh my god, I did not see that coming. Then you see the Night Stalker come for Ray, and Chet saves his life. He saves his life, and I was just like, see, Ray throughout this whole episode was so annoying. He got his, and I was so happy. That was probably the best kill, and so he's saving, but as they're running from the Night Stalker, they both fall into this booby trap pit where all these spikes are at, and Ray's okay, but Chet falls and the spike goes through his shoulder. And so Ray, is like, I can't move you because you'll bleed out and die. So he ends up just telling him the backstory of how he killed this guy who, this Asian guy, and him were part of this frat sorority thing, and how the guy got drunk during a hazing thing. He fell down the stairs, and Ray didn't have the sense enough to check his pulse, just assumed he was dead, and wanted to pretend as if he ran his car off a freaking hill, but he ended up waking up during that process. So he ended up killing him, not even knowing that he could have just really just saved himself all the drama. He's like, yeah, that's why I came to this camp, because I knew it was only a matter of time before they found his body, and they found my watch. And that whole scene was out of Secret Window with Johnny Depp. If you noticed that, that was the same thing, because his watch got caught in that scene too. But he ends up just leaving Chet there. Chet is unconscious, but he heard that. So he leaves him there, and I was just like, that is so messed up. Then the second twist that really took me by surprise was Rita. Now, Emma Roberts' character is basically like, I think I should go. She was like, your friends will leave you here. And then she proceeds to put a needle in her throat, in Brooke's throat. I was like, what? Then we see the backstory, and we see that she is not even Rita. She took on the identity of this other nurse who was white, who was on her way up to the uh, cabin and to the camp, and she followed her, and I thought killed her because she was in the back seat. Another homage to Urban Legend, another horror film. And we don't see her anymore, but we do see that she took on her name and her identity and everything. And she went to go see Mr. Jingles, and that whole backstory was just so crazy. I did not see that coming. Like, and then they find out after they find the real Rita in the freaking um on the camp property somewhere hid away. She didn't have sense enough to stay quiet, so Mr. Jingles killed her, and I was just like, oh my god. So sad. I did not see that coming. And basically Mr. Jingles and Rita were working together, and I'm just like, oh wow. I still think that Mr. Jingles and Margaret are like in cahoots with each other, and I still think they are definitely in on it, or maybe they were two different murderers. I definitely don't think she's innocent, Margaret, even though she claims to love the Lord. I don't see it as her being innocent. Uh Another thing that I want to say about this is I know I said I wish the camp would open, but I don't see it happening. Like if it doesn't, it will still be like in the middle for me, but I still need more. This episode was definitely more than last week, but I want to see more and I hope it keeps it up. Then we get to see, for me, one of the best kills when Mr. Jingles chops off Ray, because he's just getting on the freaking motorcycle, just leaving on him behind, and Mr. Jingles chops his head off, and the motorcycle continues to go, and then it stops at midway down the street, and I'm just like, wow, that was the freaking best kill ever. Then the biggest twist at the end was Montana and the Night Stalker. And then, I'm thinking Montana's just trying to sleep with him so he won't kill her. And then I found out that they were lovers. And she looks at him and goes, "Why haven't you killed her yet?" And then that's when it goes off. And I'm just like, I'll be dog. So many people are behind the murderers. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm thinking Montana was related to Brooke's fiance or, boyfriend or whatever. And maybe that's why she wants her dead. I don't know. This episode was crazy. I give this an 8 out of 10. Definitely better than last week. Better than the premiere. So I hope you like this video. I definitely plan on doing more. Thumbs up this video, share it on Facebook and Twitter. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at the Virgo Vixen. And I will see you in my next video, which will be Power. Peace.